Fred, my absolute apologies. Folks, my apologies to all of you for the delay.
Cool.
I put it on everybody's calendar except my own.
Morning.
Good morning.
Morning, all.
We have two Randy Burleys on the screen. One I recognize.
Yeah, I am not Randy Burley. I am Scott Richardson.
Cool.
The homeowner.
Okay, I don't even, whoops, sorry.
Okay. I have to start this by making a statement, which is this meeting is recorded by video and audio in accordance with state open meeting law. Pursuant to section 20 of chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021, this meeting will be conducted by remote participation. The public may not physically attend this meeting, but every effort will be made to allow the public to view and listen to the meeting in real time and participate when necessary. Additionally, all votes taken by the Board of Health, or in this case, the Septic Review Subcommittee, during this and future remote meetings will be by roll call vote. If you are calling in on a phone, you can press *9 to request to speak. If you are watching on a computer or device, there is a raised hand button that you can tap or press to request to speak. Please use either of these options to be recognized to speak. The listing of matters is those reasonably anticipated by the chair, which may be discussed at the meeting. Not all items listed may in fact be discussed, and other items not listed may also be brought up for discussion to the extent permitted by law. So, that being the case, I'd like to open this meeting of the Gloucester Board of Health Septic Review Subcommittee. Today is Monday, June 28th, 2021, and that time is about 8:30, and this is a remote meeting. Could we sign in by roll call, please, starting with Rob?
Hi, I'm here.
And Joe?
Hi.
Max?
Mac Shank, yes.
Is Craig with us?
Craig is in the audience for some reason and trying to promote him over up to, but having a hard time. And let's see, you should receive.
Randy, sign in, please.
*6.
I'm in.
Good. And
Morning.
Scott Richardson?
Okay.
Scott, sign in, please.
Yeah, I'm here.
Good. Is Craig with us?
He is with us.
Cool. Craig, you want to give us a brief background of why we're here? Greg.
Yeah, it's not him. It is the system. Hold on one sec. Welcome to Zoom.
Well, Max, do you want to stand in for him?
I wish I could. I don't have all the full details, but you know what I'm going to do is have Craig use mine and do it this way. Hold on one sec.
Thank you.
Hello,
Is that Craig?
can you hear me?
Yep, I can.
All right, sorry for that delay.
No problem. Just give us a brief overview of why we are here.
So a few years ago, the 24 Lawndale Circle, they had a failed function check. They requested a Title V, then they got the Title V and that came back failed. So we had a failed function check and a failed Title V. The house must have sat vacant for a little bit, and then Scott Richardson purchased it. He had to have a new design drawn to utilize the reserve field. He pulled the permit, had a contractor ready to do the work. Then Randy Burley came in and said that he saw nothing wrong with the system. And that's where we are now. And Randy and Scott would like to refute the findings of the old Title V. And that's where we're at.
Cool. Randy, take it from there, please.
Hi, I'm Randy Burley. My company's Burley Engineering. And so I've met Mr. Richardson at the beginning of the year doing a Title V inspection on another house he was selling in Gloucester. And we started talking about this house that he was purchasing on Lawndale. And he said he wasn't sure why it had failed. He said, he thought it might be in good working condition. He thought that there was some angst over the previous owner that was incarcerated. And so the city was sending him letters, but he wasn't responding because he was incarcerated. And so he asked me to look at why the system had failed. And but he'd already had, like Craig said, he had a design done and it was ready to go. And he was not opposed to putting the system in, but he said he just wanted to know for sure and for real, like why it failed. So I looked at the report. I got the old inspection report done in 2019, and it said the inspector opened the distribution box and it was full of liquids. So I said to Scott, that's typically just a failure. I said, once the biomat gets to a point and clogs to a point that it won't accept any more liquid, the liquid rises in the pipes, rises in the distribution box, and eventually it's going to either break out on the ground or back up into the house and whatnot. So I said, but you may as well, you're going to have a contractor there anyway. You may as well have them open up the distribution box and look inside. I said, if you see it's full of liquid, well, they just keep going and put the new system in. I said, if it's not full of liquid, give me a call right away. And it was on May 12th of this year. They had Manny Moons dig it up.
Oh, Randy, we've lost you.
So close.
Almost got to the end there. So yeah, just to echo what Randy had said. So, I mean, I had the plans done. I actually had the contractor ready to go. And it was literally the day before that Randy said, we should just look at the D box just to see what it looks like. So when Manny dug it up and I saw it, I haven't seen very many D boxes in my day, but I have seen a couple, in selling my previous home. And when I looked at this one, it looked brand new. I was like, well, this looks amazing, in comparison to other ones that I had seen. So, that's when I was like, I called the contractor and said, hey, I got to put this on pause because I don't know if this needs to be done. And that's sort of where it all started.
All right, Scott, hang on just one second. Randy, you were on mute. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
There you
I said that whole story on mute.
No, we got most of it. I heard most of it anyway.
Well, it must have. Okay, I cut out. It cut out. Now I'm sitting in one spot. I don't know. So I'm sorry. What did you?
Well, just give us the last two sentences of what you were going to say.
Just that the system seems to be working fine. I mean, Scott's been living there since March, and he's living there with his wife and two daughters. They use about 100 gallons a day.
168. I looked this up. 168 gallons of water is they're averaging. The system is designed for 330. So
okay,
go ahead.
Right. And it's again it's working fine. So I don't know what happened in the past. Again, typically it fails under these conditions. It just fails. There's not it doesn't regenerate itself typically. So all I can say is what I'm seeing on two separate occasions that it's working. Okay. And we're just I guess kind of looking to ask, not necessarily to like approve it, the inspection right away, but to maybe just let's look at it, let me monitor it over the course of the next 6 months or what the board feels is appropriate, and then make a decision from there whether I can generate a new Title V that passes it and that refutes the other one, or if we have to. Yeah, Mr. Richardson's living there, and his pool is pretty close to where this is and stuff. And he's just bought this house and wants a working system. He has the money escrowed. Nobody's trying to do anything shifty here or anything. It's just a matter of the system's working. There's no reason to replace it.
Okay, we got that. Rob, anything to ask on this?
How many people have come out before? Was it just one person that came out and deemed the system not working?
apparently.
Okay.
There was one Title V inspector and the function check prior to that. So when they had the system pumped, that's what got it on the city's radar and why they had to do the Title V.
And Craig, have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet.
Okay.
Joe, any questions on this?
No, nothing further.
It was weird. I pulled the paperwork from the test where the report is that it fails. First of all, this was done in March. I looked back at the weather during that period, and it had rained several days before, and then froze. This test was done on a Sunday, which was weird. And is it any wonder that the ground could have been saturated simply by ice melting or snow melt and the rain and whatnot? So this is a conventional system. This is Castleview, correct?
Yeah.
Andy? Yeah, so it's
Yes, that's
Castleview
right.
1. Castleview 1, the first, when those were built, it was just before actually I came on the board. And they are all conventional systems. Everything that followed Castleview 1 is reverse what do you call it? Innovative systems, more complicated with pumps and things like that. So this system he has is entirely gravity fed. So it doesn't surprise me that perhaps for a brief time things weren't going into the ground. So to presume in the dead of winter that this saturation is because of a failed SAS is, I think, presumptuous of him. So my sense is that I would recommend that we enable another Title V test, behaving as if the other one didn't happen. And if it is successful, Craig should be there, and Craig ought to set any guidelines that he sees going forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we got information that the previous owner used to wash horse blankets or something like that. So it may have clogged. Some of the horse hairs may have gone into the SAS. So if we go out and do another inspection, I strongly recommend camera in the lines to make sure that everything is looking good. And I would also recommend having operations and maintenance contract for a year to make sure that it continues to work fine, even though it's a conventional system, just to make sure that nothing's backing up every 3 months.
Fine. Joe, you want to summarize that motion, please?
Yeah, I'm not sure I can. I think we'd like to assume that the system is running correctly and institute another Title V inspection with the added caveats that Craig has outlined.
Cool.
And have that have us inspections in place every 3 months for a year. Is that accurate, Craig?
Yes.
Just add the address to that motion, I guess.
So that this is regarding 24 Lawndale Circle.
I will second that.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, we have to do this by roll call. Joe?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
And I vote yes. Cool. Thank you.
Good luck.
Good
Thank you
luck.
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Good
Rick.
luck.
Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Scott.
Sorry for the delay.
No problem. Anything further before we adjourn? Motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Thank you. Goodbye, one and all.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.